Hi, I'm Janet. After years of trying to figure out the film industry, making some gains, only to see them dwindling away, I finally got my shit together and I made $85,000 my first year in the film industry in Los Angeles. Creating a career in film does not need to be a struggle. You can start in your city. I want to teach you my process and teach you how to do it. You'll see that you really can live that extraordinary film lifestyle that only the film industry can provide. Let's go.
What's up, you guys? I'm going to be talking about a common concern that we get at Friends in Film, or a common concern that you may be feeling, taking these steps to build your career. And it's a limiting belief that you have to live in Los Angeles in order to get into the film industry. So that's wrong. That's not true. You don't have to live in Los Angeles to get in the film industry, to get work. I mean, freaking Janet got into the film industry living in South Africa. You know what I'm talking about? And she's from Wisconsin. She's one example. I met a sound mixer who got in the industry in Minnesota. And when he came to Los Angeles, he was already established. He was already experienced. He already had connections. He already had gear. He was confident and ready and got into the industry here right away because of that. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. If you're listening to this, you probably live outside of LA, somewhere else in the world, somewhere else in America. And that's a good thing. Use that to your advantage, because wherever you're at, within a 3-hour drive radius of wherever you're at, there are film shoots happening. There is news, there is sports events, there's corporate gigs. There's a bunch of stuff that you use to create your experience, to become established and create that foundation. And then when you get to a certain point, then you'll be ready to move to Los Angeles or wherever you want to move to. The 3 major markets, at least right now, is in America, are Los Angeles, New York, and Atlanta. I just worked with a team. I PA'd on a little corporate event. It was actually a big corporate event in Palm Springs here in California. And most of the team was from Chicago. The DP, he was from Chicago, and he's working stuff like Discovery Channel, and he's based out in Chicago. If you believe you have to live in Los Angeles to get work and to get in the industry, you got to stop playing yourself. Become aware of the excuses and just erase them from your mind. Just take action. That's all you got to do. Just take action. You don't even have to think about it, because there's this system, the methods that Janet lays out for us. You just have to do it. Just follow the instructions, and then you'll get to where you want to be. If you live outside of Los Angeles, just use that to your advantage. The strategy that we teach is you use your local shoots to create experience, and then you put yourself in a position to get work in Los Angeles fast. There are shoots that are based in Los Angeles, but that fly all over the world, and they hire locals when they do that. That's what happened to me on this shoot where the team was from Chicago. They were flown in from Chicago and hired me, a local. And now they have another Los Angeles connection, and now I have a Chicago connection. And that's what you got to do. So another example, I'm friends with a writer-director that's currently getting his script shot in Mexico City. So there's a blend of Los Angeles people and Mexico City people that are in the industry. And so let's say you get UPA in Mexico City. Now you have a team of Los Angeles people, those connections. And if you ever want to work in LA, it's a whole little group of people that you're established with, that know you, and that you can get work referred. Just make it simple. It all it takes is a couple months of focus wherever you're at to get established there. And then by the time you want to move to Los Angeles, you'll have Los Angeles connections. You'll have the experience and the understanding how to get work fast in the new market, in the bigger market. And we use the same methods that you use to become established where you're at. The 20 shoots method, the magic list, the want to work emails, your resume. By the way, we don't use resumes to get work. We use resumes when we're already referred, when we're already hired, basically. So we use these methods that Janet teaches us in the minor market, and then we do the same thing but faster when we want to move to a bigger market, to the major market, Los Angeles, Atlanta, New York City, Toronto. And all it takes is a few months of focus wherever you're at to become established. Then that's the perfect transition. That's the perfect building block if you want to move to LA or another major market. I live about an hour and a half outside of Los Angeles, 3 hours with traffic. So I am willing to commute for these jobs, for these gigs. And you should be too, if you're serious about doing this, at least in the beginning. Sometimes it sucks, getting up an extra hour and a half early to get to where you want to be. But at the same time, going through that temporary struggle is worth it in the end, instead of like being outside of the industry and wishing it were true. So let's say you live an hour and a half outside of Chicago, then that's a beautiful opportunity for you to get on all of the shoots in Chicago. I already went over this. They have news, they have corporate videos, they have sports events. So use your local market as a training ground before you move up into the major market. So imagine you, wherever you're at right now, where you you quit your survival job, you move to Los Angeles and try and break into this industry where you don't know anybody. And also imagine like you, where you're at right now, actually getting paid to work in the film industry with local shoots. Maybe it's not exactly what you want to be filming, but you're making money and you're getting experience doing what you want to do. And you're taking solid steps towards where you want to be. And Janet always says, don't come to Los Angeles if you don't have any experience or connections. Come to LA with experience and connections. It'll make your life easier and it'll be a better transition. My friend that worked in Minnesota, he had a career in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. He had a career. And when you come to Los Angeles already with that career, that puts you at a certain level. It establishes you as a peer in the major market. So the myth is debunked. You do not have to live in LA to get into the film industry, to make money in the film industry, to get your career started. You can get your career started wherever you're at. You can take steps and build a foundation for the life that you want right now, today. You just gotta do what we teach you, what Janet taught me, because it works. It works. We're learning from her mistakes. We're learning from her successes and failures. And we are learning from each other. And it's just it's smarter. It's smart to do than to try and figure it out on our own.
Thanks for listening today. And if you have a moment, could you please leave me a review? I would love that. And make sure you head over to friendsandfilm.com/join. and sign up for my free mini course on what you need to know to find opportunities and start making film and acting work come to you. I'll see you next week.